grab your morning coffee, take a seat because your mind is about to be blown. We have a big one for you today. The uncrowned champion fights with the legend of motorsport. Yeah, you heard it right. Lewis Hamilton is in some serious trouble as his first championship, which he won in 2008, is under threat. Now, I know some of you guys must be thinking that I've probably lost my mind, and how can Lewis fight for the 2008 championship when we're in 2023? Well, take a seat, because what I'm about to explain in this video is going to blow your minds. Right, unless you've been living under a rock or stuck in a traffic jam like the one in China, you've probably heard the whispers about Felipe Massa and his legal battle against the FIA and Formula One. He claims he was robbed of his 2008 title, and from what's unfolding, it looks like Massa just might pull off a historic win. But what really happened in the 2008 season, and why is Massa returning for the championship after almost 2 decades? Well, it all started in the 2008 Formula One season when Lewis Hamilton, racing for McLaren at the time, and the Felipe Massa, in the iconic red of Ferrari, engaged in a battle that had every F1 fan on the edge of their seats. So if you're a true fanatic, F1 that is, you probably still get goosebumps recalling that heart-stomping last lap in Brazil. I still do. Massa seemed poised to snatch the championship from Hamilton's grasp. Even his Ferrari team started celebrating as he crossed the finish line. But destiny... oh boy. Destiny had other plans. Lewis Hamilton, on the last lap and the very last corner, pulled off an astonishing move to overtake Timo Glock, securing a 1-point lead over Massa and clinching the championship. It was a heartbreaking sight for Massa, winning the race but losing the title. Talk about an F1 heartbreak hotel. So, what's the big deal, you might ask? Well, the plot twist lies in the 2008 Singapore Grand Prix, a race marred by the infamous Crashgate Scandal, one of F1's darkest chapters. So let's break it down for those who might have missed this jaw-dropping saga. In 2008, the Renault team was in dire straits. Financial troubles loomed large, threatening to bankrupt the team if they didn't secure the win. Flavio Briatore, the team principal, hatched a scheme that could save the day and breathe new life into Renault's future. But this wasn't your ordinary race strategy. This was downright cunning. In fact, this strategy was way worse than what Ferrari are planning these days. The Renault lineup featured the fiery Fernando Alonso. Yeah, the guy that aged like a fine wine, and the young Nelson Piquet Jr. that season. However, during the 2008 Singapore GP, an incident occurred that initially appeared to be a rookie's mistake, but eventually unraveled as something far more sinister. Piquet Jr. received orders from his team to deliberately crash, triggering a safety car period and helping his teammate gain an advantage during the pit stops. It was a cunning ploy that led to Alonso's victory. Ferrari, being Ferrari in that season as well, messed up big time with Massa's pit stop. Don't worry, they got the tyres out of the garage this time. But they forgot to take out the fuel hose. What? Well, now we know there is no hope for Tifosi, and as this kind of thing has been happening for decades. Now, in that race, Felipe Massa failed to score any points as he finished a disappointing P13, while Lewis Hamilton added 6 crucial points to his tally with another podium finish. Remember those 6 points, okay? They'll play a big part later on, I promise. So, fast forward to 2009, and Nelson Piquet Jr. found himself sacked from the Renault team. Maybe Nelson Sr. should have bought the team like Stroll. Then he might have saved his son's career. In an act of revenge, he publicly exposed Renault's shady dealings and how he deliberately crashed to help Alonso win. The revelation sent shockwaves through the F1 world, triggering a full-blown investigation. In the end, Renault faced a 2-year ban from F1, and Flavio Briatore was banned indefinitely. And for Nelson Piquet Jr., well, no one wants a snitch on their team, so he vanished into oblivion and went away. So, back to Massa and Hamilton. Right, we jump into 2022, just last year, and this tangled web of intrigue leads us back to Felipe Massa and his championship dreams. Bernie Ecclestone, the F1 maestro, as we all know, and a guy who's had more chicks than Dan Bilzerian at one time, dropped a bombshell in an interview with F1 Insider. He confessed, "We wanted to protect the sport and save it from a huge scandal. That's why I used angelic tones to persuade my former driver, Nelson Piquet, to keep calm for the time being." But here's the kicker. Ecclestone and at that time, FIA President Max Mosley were privy to the Crashgate Scandal long before the final race in Brazil. They chose to turn a blind eye to it, all in the name of preserving the sport's reputation. Can you believe it? It's like the F1 Illuminati. This means that if they had followed the correct procedures and voided the results of the Singapore GP, Lewis Hamilton would have lost those crucial 6 points. Felipe Massa would have become the 2008 Formula 1 World Champion by a margin of 5 points. And Toto Wolff would have not smashed his headphones at the 2021 Abu Dhabi GP. Well, maybe not the last one, but yeah, Massa would have definitely been the F1 World Champion. Talk about a plot twist of epic proportions. So, in August, Massa's legal Eagles fired the first shot, focusing on the financial losses suffered by Massa due to missing out on the championship. It wasn't just about Ferrari bonuses and Formula 1 prize money. It was also about those juicy future contracts and sponsorships that could or may have been. Imagine the Massa mania that could have swept through the racing world. So this meeting was set for 8th of September, but there has been no revelation still from either the FIA or Formula 1 or even Massa's lawyers. Massa's lawyers, Bernardo Viana, has stated in an interview that the sport has had to rectify the sham that Felipe, Brazil and Italy have endured. He says, "Enough is enough. There is zero patience left." Felipe won the 9th championship for Brazil and the 16th for Ferrari. "We will do everything we can to bring the trophy home to Brazil and Italy. We're pretty confident with the evidence that we have, and more than that, I cannot say at the moment." So exciting! You know what the funny part is though? Bernie Ecclestone, who sparked this whole fire of legal lawsuits, now said in an interview that, "I don't remember any of this, to be honest. I don't remember giving the interview, for sure." He sounds like a guy that's just been caught cheating by his girlfriend, don't you think? Hiding it all. Apart from Bernie's comments, there have been more proof that this has led this whole drama to a new height. Charlie Whiting, the late F1 race director, also agreed to be aware of the Crashgate scandal well before the Brazilian GP even started. So everyone in the paddock knows, but everyone didn't know at the same time. Is that what these guys are implying right now? Man, this whole thing is more complex than the Inception movie. When asked about this new interview footage of Whiting confirming that he knew about the scandal beforehand, Max Mosley, like the greatest politician speech ever, said there was not enough proof. Really? Imagine there's a guy going to the cops and saying, "Hey, I robbed a bank and here's the money I stole." And the cops replying, "Yeah, but we don't have the CCTV footage and no one saw you, so you're free to go." What kind of PR person are they having that suggests these kind of comments to them? But anyway, back to the championship. Now the FIA and the F1 are saying that they can't change the results after all these years, and anyone who wants to challenge the results have to do so within 14 days of the results, and all the rules and regulations involved with that. But don't you think it's quite ironic for the FIA to talk about doing it by the book when they themselves have broken it by turning a blind eye to the scandal? But we will see. What's your verdict on this? Comment below and give us a subscribe. Should the 2008's results be overturned And will this lead to major shake-up like overturning the results of 2021 Abu Dhabi finale? Who knows? But stick around with me and I will get you the juiciest things that are happening in Formula 1 right now. I've been Technic. I'll see you in the next one. Peace!